Guys, welcome back to day number 6 of the first week of fall, and tonight we are going to be making concrete pumpkins, and my son is here to help out tonight. I have a helper for this project because it's a little messier and it takes a couple extra hands to do this one. So what we did was we just went to Menards and purchased the cheapest bag of concrete that we could get. It was $3.18, and we just went ahead and found a bowl out of the kitchen, and we're gonna put some concrete into that bowl, and then we'll just add water. And that's all we've got to do for this. So you're gonna want to get the consistency of the cement right, more than actually measuring it all out. You don't want it to be too wet, so it's better to start mixing and keep adding the water so you don't have it too wet right off the bat. We can always add more of both so it's not a huge deal, and because it's relatively inexpensive, it's not a big deal to mix up more. The concrete look is so popular this year, and I'm absolutely loving the way that these pumpkins turn out. So we're gonna have you guys check back in a couple days, and we will add the stem. Once these dry after a couple days, we'll go ahead and add a stem to them, and that'll take a couple more days to dry, and then they'll be ready to put out with our decor. Closer with the consistency. You can see it's just slightly wet, but not lots of water. If you wad it up into a ball, it should stay pretty good, compact in a ball like that. So we should be really close, about like that. I'm gonna mix that up just a little bit more, make sure there's none on the bottom. Just make sure you get all the dry stuff off the bottom of the bowl, so it's all mixed up really well. And then you want to find some nylons. I found these on clearance at Walmart, or you can go to the Dollar Tree. You can pretty much find nylons just about anywhere. Goodwill even, really. And then we're just going to take your nylon, and you don't need too much. Well, we're going to make smaller pumpkins, I guess, for these. So we're just going to cut the end off of the nylon. So this is your nylon, and we're really only using about that much of it to make a smaller pumpkin. And then we'll go ahead and cut another one. And then just tie a knot in one of the ends on this. So you can probably get about 3 or 4 pumpkins out of the leg of each nylon if you're going to make a smaller one. If you want to make bigger ones, then just cut them a little bit bigger, and they'll stretch pretty good. So you can get a pretty good sized pumpkin as long as you cut it long enough. So Christopher's going to go ahead and fill these up.
With a little bit of help.
A little more?
Yeah, just a little. Okay.
It's a pretty good sized pumpkin. And then you just kind of want to work it all the way around. Pack it in there pretty good, nice and tight. And then grab some jute, some twine, some string, some yarn, whatever you've got laying around. This is how we're gonna tie the ridges into the pumpkin. So we'll take our string and lay it out.
Like a snowflake. Oh wait, can I say that? Is that too soon?
No, that's perfect. It was cold today, so snowflake actually is fitting. It was in the 50s most of the day today up in Minnesota. It was really nice.
Well, I forgot to tie the top off.
So he's just tying the top off on this nylon now. As you can see, that was that end piece that we cut off, and there's a lot of extra once that gets all stretched out. So you really don't need too much to make a pumpkin. All right, so you'll just set it down on top of those pieces of string, and then find the string that matches. So whichever side you can tell those two go together, that's the same piece of string. Those will be the ones that you'll tie. Find the ones that is the same string and tie it down nice and tight to get that ridge along your pumpkin. You don't have to worry too much about the top because we're gonna add a stem later on. So once this dries and we take all of this off, then we'll come back and add the stem. We're probably gonna do some with concrete and then some with clay, so you can see it done both ways. We'll see which one's easier and which one works out nicer in the end. As you can see, as he was tying that, it just kind of pulls all that concrete in nice and tight, and
Just kind of adjusting the strings to kind of where I want them, but you don't have to worry much about that.
I really actually like the look when some of them were not even all the way around. You have some small ridges and some larger ones, and it looks a little more realistic or a little more like a real pumpkin. So I thought that was kind of fun too. There you go. That's all you've got to do. As you can see, it kind of just pulls all that concrete in there nice and tight, and then we'll just let that sit for a day. And he's gonna make one more, so we've got a couple to show you. This one we're gonna do a little bit shorter and wider. A little short fat pumpkin with this guy. There we go. Actually, on this one, we're just going to do 3 pieces of string on this one. I think that is enough. As you can see with this one, we had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 pieces on that one, but it makes 8 sections, so I thought that was plenty. We're going to go ahead and just do 3 strings on this one and 6 sections, so it'll give it a little bit of a different look also.
Ooh.
The concrete will be wet for a while, so if you get it put together and decide you don't like it, just change it. Not a big deal. Cut the string off and start again.
If I can get this one tied.
This is where it's nice to have an extra set of hands just to kind of pull them straight. Also, where the top up here is being wadded up and pushed down inside there, that'll actually work really nicely for our stem when we come back and add a stem to that. So don't worry too much about having that bunched up on the top, because it'll indent that concrete up on the top and give it a nice little platform to add our stem to. As you can see on this one, he pulled it just a little bit tighter. It gives it a nicer ridge.
Maybe? Might have some fun, different sized sections.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can see that one. Those are pulled just a little bit tighter, so you're gonna have bigger ridges on this one, which I think will be a whole lot more fun when that concrete dries. It'll be nice and dark down inside these crevices, so that'll give it a really cool look. So there you go. That's all there is to it, and then stop back over in a couple days and check it out. We'll take these apart and we'll add the stems to them. So thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great evening.